Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is still Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm just waking up from a nap. And I want to talk to y'all about something. As I always do. That's what I always want to do. Talk to y'all about something. Bear with me, I'm a little groggy, so I'm waking up. And on my way home from work this morning, I got up early. I went in, did one load, came home. I stopped by the Waffle House, got me some breakfast. Big Ward, I thought you were trying to eat healthy. Thought you were trying to lose weight. Thought you were trying to do better with your diet and exercise program. I was. And I still am. But didn't you just say you stopped by the Waffle House? How's the Waffle House eating healthy? I'll get to that in a minute. But first of all, I want to say this though. I was talking to the cook. We were just chopping it up as I waited for my food. And he was talking about how he paid almost $1,000 a month, $750 for the car payment, and $3 for the insurance for a 2020 Toyota Camry. I was like, damn. And he was like, well, I used to be over the road making $1,800 a week. So I could afford it then when I bought it. But I had to come off the road for health issues. So now here in the Waffle House. He said he went from making $1,800 a week to now here in the Waffle House making $500 a week bring home. I'm like, damn. You bring home that much at the Waffle House? That's a lot of money. And for a minute, I was thinking we was in the old days. When he said he was bringing home $500 a week at the Waffle House. And I was like, damn, ain't know the Waffle House paid that much. Cause the Waffle House will be like just a low-end job, like a fast food restaurant. And he said he bring home $500 a week at the Waffle House. I'm like, damn. And then I remembered, oh shit, I forgot. 2025, $500 a week now, like $100 a week. Cause he said he's struggling to pay it now. Bringing home $500 a week. That's how we got on how much he made. But when he got the car, he was doing $1,800 a week. So think about how times have changed and how fast. Not only have the times changed, how fast they have changed. It wasn't that long ago to where $500 a week was good money. I ain't talking about 30 years ago, not even 20 years ago. Around about 2010. Maybe 20 at the most, 2005. You brought home $500 a week, especially in Mobile. You was okay. Cause that same car note he paying almost $1,000 for back then would have been like $200, $250 a month. Look, literally. In 2005, when that Toyota Camry would have cost him about $250 a month, he had the credit good enough to get it. I had a Cadillac Concours. I was paying $197 a month for it. It was used, but it was like 4 years old back in 2001. It was a 97, and it was like 2000 when I got it. 2001, so it was like 3, 4 years old. Beautiful Cadillac. Times have changed. Well, now I forgot that $500 a week is poor. You got to do better, son. Damn, that's poor. Anyway, that ain't what this video about. The fact that I was at Waffle House when I'm supposed to be eating healthy. When in reality, nowadays, with what I'm about to show you, you're going to come up with the same conclusion I come up with. You might as well eat at the Waffle House. Get your patty melt plate on wheat with onions, no bacon, buttered on the grill, scattered, covered, chunked on the hash browns. I'm just giving y'all my order. And sometimes I get an extra sandwich on the side. Just a sandwich, no hash browns. Grease dripping everywhere. Big boy, I thought you said you're trying to eat healthy. I am. Nowadays, in America, that is eating healthy. Preach, preacher. Nowadays in America, patty melt plate on 2, scattered, covered, chunked on a greasy grill. In America, that is eating healthy nowadays. To you people that want to judge me, say, no, big boy, that ain't no, man. You got to eat your fruits and your vegetables. Got to stay away from that kind of food, big boy, if you want to be healthy. It's going to make you sick, big boy. Oh, really? Watch this.
You have a bunch of normal avocados, right? And then secretly, you have Bill Gates' bioengineered avocado, Apeel. Whenever you see this avocado, you want to avoid this at all costs. It's biochemically engineered. And it's going to lead to cardiovascular and heart problems, which is the #1 leading cause of death in America. And then what we have here again, normal avocados, then secretly Apeel avocados. What's crazy is that this has the same coupon code as that. So they're different avocados, but cost the same here at the supermarket. You gotta be on the lookout for this because they're deceiving you. Normal. Apeel. Normal. And then you'll have some down.
Does it burn? Nope. It doesn't burn. I'm gonna set the sticker on fire to see if that burns it.
Okay. Do we have any gasoline?
Well, that don't fucking burn, yeah.
Oh, I know we're trying to burn.
This is real weird.
Hold on, I want to get the shade.
Like, this doesn't go.
Not even the sticker burns. What the heck? This is a voodoo.
They did that whole thing in wax.
Except all the stuff melting off of it.
Yeah.
See how shiny it is?
Well, I mean, that would make sense, right? Watermelons aren't typically the most flammable.
Yeah, but it should burn the skin at least, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's
This
cut
is
it.
videotaping, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to stand back. I don't know.
I hope it doesn't explode.
Oh, I don't think that.
Oh, it feels like it's rotten
Sounds
inside.
hollow.
Oh, it's rotten inside, I think.
Ah!
Yeah, get up. But still, not too big.
Yeah, it's not bad considering.
Yeah.
But that's after 6 months, man. Or 5
Everyone
months.
take a bite.
Taste it! I don't
That's
want to
so
go to
weird.
the
That's
ER.
so weird, right?
Yeah, gross.
I want to poke it.
6 months? 4 months. Oh, it looks like a
Oh.
tuna.
Yeah, a
That's
little
disgusting.
Vegans.
Looks like
Vegan tuna.
That's so gross. How weird that it didn't.
Bill Gates, leave our watermelons alone, sir.
$10 for me to eat
Exactly.
it.
No, $10.
$10.
That's after 5 months.
Oh my gosh, I love that little.
And then it hit it on the way in.
That watermelon, 5 months old, look fresh out the ground on the outside, on the inside, rotten. Give me patty melt plate on 2, scattered, covered, chunked, extra grease. That's what I'm having. How about you? You think you're eating healthy, don't you? We live in America, ladies and gentlemen. We eat food in America that's barred, banned in other countries. Who is helping us? Is it the Democrats? The Republicans? Who? Conservative? Liberal? This ain't nothing new. When I tell you the politicians ain't running nothing, why are they allowing Bill Gates to do this and others? Did y'all even know about this? Apeel, A-P-E-E-L. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. While we're around here discussing Bitcoin and all this and what we're going to need to survive, we ain't even got no food. What Bitcoin going to do for you when you got to go buy that kind of crap from the store with your Bitcoin money? I got $20 million in Bitcoin, though. But I ain't got nothing to eat. I'm eating plastic. I got Lamborghinis, Ferraris, no land, no garden, no seeds. No animals running around loose that I can hunt for food. No, I got Bitcoin and millions of dollars. But you're eating plastic. Pat them out on two. Scattered covered chalk, extra onions, extra grease. This time add 18 slices of bacon. I'm eating healthy. Healthier than y'all eating these fruits and vegetables out these stores nowadays. You see McDonald's? Don't just pass on by. Pull on in there and get you something healthy. Burger King? Don't pass by. You on a diet, you trying to eat healthy? Pull on in there. Get you a Whopper. Light lettuce, extra mayo, cut in half. That's what I do. I just go to the gym trying to look good. I ain't going there for health. Ain't no healthy nowadays. I don't go to the gym no more for health. Because I don't have my own food. So I can't be healthy. Only as healthy as God blessed me to be. You remember once upon a time, some people still do it, I know I do, you're supposed to pray over your food before you eat it. You better pray over that mess nowadays more than ever. If you ain't never prayed over your food before, you better pray over it now before you eat it. Ask God, please don't let this kill me. We went from ducking Pookie and Ray Ray and bullets and the Klan and that. Now you gotta duck the food you eat. Oh shit, throw that down. The food. But wait, there's more.
TF is Apeel, the invisible coating on your food. Ever wonder why your avocado suddenly lasts way longer than it should? Follow now, because you're about to learn about the invisible coating on your food. It's called Apeel, a clear, wax-like coating sprayed onto fruits and veggies. You can't see it, you can't taste it, and you can't wash it off. The company says it's made from plant oils to keep produce fresh for weeks longer. But here's the kicker. It's backed by Bill Gates and big corporations, and most people eating it have no clue it's even there. Would you eat food you can't clean if you don't know what's really in it? Drop your thoughts and follow for episode 2 of WTF is Apeel. WTF is Apeel, the invisible coating on your food. Ever wonder why your avocado suddenly lasts way longer than it should? Follow now, because you're about to learn about the invisible coating on your food. It's called Apeel, a clear, wax-like coating sprayed onto fruits and veggies. You can't see it, you can't taste it, and you can't wash it off. The company says it's made from plant oils to keep produce fresh for weeks longer. But here's the kicker. It's backed by Bill Gates and big corporations, and most people eating it have no clue it's even there. Would you eat food you can't clean if you don't know what's really in it? Drop your thoughts and follow for episode 2 of WTF is Apeel.
Made butter out of thin air. I'm not talking about some cute science project in a lab. I'm talking about some full-on product that was backed by Bill Gates himself. No cow, no plant, no oil. I'm talking carbon sucked from the atmosphere that turns into something you're supposed to spread on bread. Spread.
It looks, smells, and tastes like the butter we're all familiar with, but without the farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to that typical process. And this butter breakthrough, it's happening right here in...
Now, on paper, they say this is identical to real butter. Same taste and same texture. They said it even milks the same. But let's be real. If it didn't come from nature and this thing is being made in a tank, just think about what it's going to be doing inside your body. And as of right now, it got people side-eyeing like, Because once you take food away from the farm and start making it in factories, you also take our control away from it. So certain stuff you can't make in your backyard or make in your kitchen, that means one day if the powers that be say this is the only butter you can have, what choice do you really have at that point? You got a lot of people in comments already saying this is population control. And they also saying welcome to the Matrix. Y'all gotta understand, this could be the first step in a much bigger plan. Today is butter. Tomorrow it could be your bread. I think they already doing the lab shit to the meat. So it could be your meat, no diddy. And then once that happen, your whole dinner plate is coming from the same corporation. They rolling it out slow. First it's gonna be in restaurants. Then it's gonna be in...
What am I about to do? I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to go to the Waffle House. Give me a patty melt plate on 2. Scattered, covered, chunked. You know what? Add 2 waffles with that too. I'm eating healthy. Might as well. You go ahead on and eat the fruits and vegetables. Go to your spin class and whatever else you're doing. And when you get home, you go over to your local grocery store and you buy you some apples and avocados, cucumbers. Gonna make you a salad because you eating healthy. Not knowing that the vegetables, the potatoes, and whatever else you about to eat was grown by seeds made by these people.
Scientists found bacteria growing in a chemical waste dump near their factory in the presence of Roundup herbicide. Now, Roundup normally kills bacteria. This bacteria was surviving. They said, great, let's put it in the food supply. So they took the gene from the bacterium that allowed it to survive the Roundup and put it into soybeans. And now those Roundup-ready soybeans can be sprayed with Roundup herbicide and they don't die, just all the other plant biodiversity in the ground dies. The active ingredient in Roundup is called glyphosate. Glyphosate was patented in 1964, not as an herbicide, but as a broad-spectrum chelator. It hugs a lot of different minerals that are needed and does not allow the plants to access them. It also destroys some beneficial microorganisms in the soil, which normally provide nutrients to the plant. It also promotes pathogenic organisms in the soil, which then overrun the plant. And so it creates weaker plants, stronger disease, and the disease does the killing. When 44,000 secret FDA memos were made public from a lawsuit about the subject of genetic engineering, the director of the Center for Veterinary Medicine made it absolutely clear that GMOs in animal feed had a unique danger. Toxins can bioaccumulate in animals and in their milk. And so if there were toxins in genetically modified feed, then we might have higher levels of those toxins in the animals that eat the feed or in their milk or other products from those animals.
95% of all the genetic modifications are done in order to allow the plants to survive more chemicals being sprayed on them and to allow the animals to survive more drugs being put into them. And of course what happens is that when their genes are changed, our genes are changed by consuming them, just as the super weeds and the super bugs are genetically altered by consuming them. The bug eats the plant, its genes change. The animal eats the the plant, its genes change. We eat the animal or the plant, our genes change. Our babies' genes change. And the change is permanent.
Even though there's been very little study on the health dangers, there's been sufficient evidence of harm to cause the American Academy of Environmental Medicine to say all doctors should prescribe non-GMO diets to everyone. They say that the animal feeding studies link GMOs to reproductive problems, immune system problems, accelerated aging, organ damage, gastrointestinal distress, dysfunctional regulation of cholesterol and insulin, to name a few. Monsanto's own research shows that when rats were fed this BT corn, they had signs of toxicity in the liver and kidneys. When genetically modified soybeans were fed to rodents, we've seen changes in the testicles changing from pink to blue, changes in the sperm cells, changes in the uterus and ovaries, in the DNA functioning of the embryo offspring.
In 2001, a small California biotech company called Apeel patented a gene, which causes both men and women who eat it, in the form of any product, to produce antibodies to sperm. If the men eat the Apeel gene, they produce antibodies to their own sperm, rendering them irreversibly sterile. If women eat the Apeel gene, when they have intercourse, their bodies produce antibodies to the sperm that has been deposited, and they become infertile.
We've seen smaller babies, a death rate that's 5 times that compared to controls. Sterile babies, even babies with hair growing in their mouths. And this has been done by government scientists as well as independent scientists who are at the top of their field.
Pay close attention to what you are about to see. These rats are being fed with transgenic corn during their entire life cycle. The tumors they suffer from are enormous. The study that revealed the effect of the GMOs on the health of these rats has just been completed. It lasted for 2 years.
We spent over a year trying to obtain transgenic corn because no GMO manufacturers were willing to provide them. This is because Monsanto requires contracts to be signed stipulating that the seeds must not be used for testing. We wanted our study to be independent.
Every rat was dissected to identify the way each diet, GMO and Roundup on its own, had acted on the metabolism of each animal, focusing on the development rate of the tumors that only start to manifest themselves after the initial 3-month period.
Each step up represents a large tumor, which can measure 17 millimeters by 17 millimeters. Up represents a large tumor, which can measure 17 millimeters by 17 millimeters. 94% of them take effect in the mammary glands, which would equate to breast cancer in a woman. We are faced with renal tumors for the males. Some males also suffer from mammary tumors.
One could have thought that the main cause of death was coming from the pesticide added to the corn. But what the study highlighted, and this for the first time ever, is the fact that the transgenesis itself could have killed the rats. What this means is that just by interfering with the genome of the plant in order to modify it, we are faced with repercussions that no one could have anticipated. This is enough to make us reconsider all the scientific precepts that led to the creation of GMOs.
In other words, we are So now, as you see at the end, we have so much breast cancer nowadays. So much prostate cancer nowadays. All these cancers. You got thumb cancer. There's no such thing as eating healthy. So if you want to get in the gym like me, what I'm going to do when I finish with this video, go exercise, try to lose some weight to look good. Because I want them abs popping. I want my cuts back. But I ain't doing it for health. You better pray and keep it moving. Eat your fruits and vegetables. I'm going to get me a patty melt plate on 2, scattered, covered, chunked. And we're going to be eating about the same. Get it, got it good. Bye.